This is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material.
Sustainable development is an approach to growth and progress that seeks to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It involves integrating economic, social, and environmental consideration to create a balanced and enduring development framework. The goal is to ensure that development is ecologically responsible, socially equitable, and economically viable over the long term.
Sustainability is the practice of using resources in a way that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Stability refers to the state of being resistant to change or disruption and maintaining balance. It can also be applied to systems, structures, economies, or even personal situations, indicating a condition of steadiness and reliability. So, stability and sustainability are related concepts but differ in their purpose and longevity. So, stability don't want change and would maintain the system. It may not necessarily involve considerations of long-term impacts on the environment or even the society. Like for example, a country that is rising in economy continues to loan money from the World Bank to maintain their rising status without considering the fact that in the future they might have a huge debt that the future generation will pay and might cause the country to collapse. And on the other hand, sustainability encompasses a broader perspective. It still does maintain the status of a country, but hope to only meet the needs of the country in order not to affect the future generation. Sustainability emphasizes on responsible resource use and long-term well-being. So, in short, stability is for short-term, enjoying the resources you can have now, but possibly suffering later on, while sustainability is the careful and calculated use of resources and not overusing it so the future generation can still benefit it.
Global sustainable development models encompass various approaches aimed at balancing economic growth, social progress, and environmental protection. Some key models include: first, circular economy. It focuses on reducing waste and maximizing the use of resources by emphasizing recycling, reuse, and regeneration to minimize environmental impact. The second, UN Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. It is a set of 17 goals established by United Nations to address global challenges such as poverty, inequality, climate change, and sustainable consumption and production by 2030. The third one is the triple bottom line, or the TBL approach. So it considers not just economic factors or profit, but also social or people and environmental aspects, measuring success based on a broader spectrum of criteria. And the last one is the natural capitalism. It emphasizes the value of natural resources and ecosystems services, promoting their sustainable use to ensure long-term economic viability. Each of these models offers a framework to guide policies, business practices, and societal behaviors towards a more sustainable and equitable future.
History of Sustainable Development Goals. The Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, were created by the United Nations in 2015 as a comprehensive global agenda to address issues like poverty, hunger, and climate change. With 17 goals, they serve as a universal roadmap for international development until 2030, encouraging the worldwide cooperation for a sustainable and equitable future. Example, no poverty. These goals are target the eradication of extreme poverty globally. Its specific targets include reducing the prevention for people living in poverty, ensuring equal rights to resource and implementing social protection systems. By creating such a goal, the United Nations aim to address critical issues and improve the well-being for people worldwide in sustainable and inclusive manners.
The United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro in 2012 presented the Sustainable Development Goals. The idea was to create a set of universal goals that would aid in combating the world's serious environmental, political, and economic crisis. These goals encourage all enterprise to use creativity and innovation to address long-term development concerns. The highlight of this goal is that everyone can contribute, and every contribution, small or big, will make an impact on our world. So the Sustainable Development Goals is composed of 17 goals, starting with one with no poverty. This goal aims to eradicate poverty in all forms and dimensions, ensuring that all individuals have equal rights to economic resources, basic services, and opportunities for sustainable livelihoods. Second is zero hunger. The objective is to end hunger, achieve food security, improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture by supporting small-scale farmers, ensuring access to nutritious food, and addressing the underlying causes of food insecurity. Third is good health and well-being. This goal aims to ensure access to quality healthcare services, promote mental health, reduce maternal and child mortality rates, combat diseases, and achieve universal health coverage for all. Fourth goal is the quality education. Access to inclusive and quality education is essential. This goal focuses on providing equitable education opportunities for all, improving literacy, skills, and ensuring access to lifelong learning. Fifth is gender equality. This goal strives to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls by ending all forms of discrimination, ensuring equal opportunities in education, employment, and leadership roles, and eliminating violence and harmful practices. Sixth is clean water and sanitation. Access to safe and affordable drinking water and adequate sanitation for all is vital. This goal aims to ensure proper water resource management, sanitation systems, and hygiene practices. Seven is affordable and clean energy. Access to sustainable and affordable energy resources is crucial for development. This goal emphasizes transitioning towards renewable energy sources and improving energy efficiency. Eighth goal is the decent work and economic growth. Creating inclusive economic growth and decent employment opportunities for all, while promoting sustainable entrepreneurship, innovation, and productive activities is the focus here. The ninth goal is industry, innovation, and infrastructure, which is building resilient infrastructure, fostering innovation, and promoting sustainable industries are key components for sustainable development and economic growth.
This is Cadet Genevieve Narcico, and I'm going to continue the procedure of the continuation of sustainable development. Reduce inequality within among countries. Sustainable cities and communities, make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Responsible consumption and production. Ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Climate action. Take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. Life below water. Conserve the sustainability, use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Life on land. Project, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forest, combat desertification and reverse land degradation, and have biodiversity loss, peace, justice, strong institutions, to promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. And partnerships for the goals to strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. And these goals address interconnected issues and promote a comprehensive approach to achieving a sustainable and equitable future for all. The goal 13, the climate action, is implementing the policies to reduce carbon emissions and transitioning to renewable energy sources to combat climate change. While the goal 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions, are to strengthen the judicial system and law enforcement agencies to ensure the fair and equal access to justice for all citizens. And the goal 17, partnerships and goals, to form international collaborations between governments, NGOs, and private sectors to collectively address global challenges such as disease, outbreaks, or humanitarian crisis. That's all. Thank you.
The Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs, are a set of global objectives established by the United Nations to address a range of interconnected social, economic, and environmental challenges facing the world. The SDGs are part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, a comprehensive plan of action adopted by all 193 member states of the United Nations in September 2015. The primary meaning of the Sustainable Development Goals can be broken down as follows. First is the sustainable development. Sustainability, the capacity to endure or maintain over the long term in the context of development. Sustainability means ensuring that development meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Development, the process of improvement or progress, especially in terms of economic, social, and environmental aspects. Third is the goal. The term goals refers to specific measurable and time-bound targets that countries and the global community aim to achieve by the year 2030. Each of the 17 SDGs is accompanied by a set of targets and indicators that guide efforts toward achieving the overall goal. In summary, the Sustainable Development Goals represent a collective global effort to address a wide range of challenges, including poverty, hunger, health, education, gender, clean water, climate action, and more. These goals are interconnectedness and reflect a commitment to a balanced and inclusive approach to development, recognizing the importance of economic progress, social equality, and environmental sustainability. The SDGs provide a universal framework for countries and stakeholders to work collaboratively toward creating a more sustainable and equitable world by the year 2030.
what is the most important sustainable development goal? So choosing the most important sustainable development goal is subjective, as they are all interconnected. However, many argue that the achieving goal 13 or climate action is crucial as it impacts numerous other goods and has far-reaching effects on the environment, economic, health, and social justice. The Sustainable Development Goals were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a call to action for people worldwide to address five critical areas of importance by 2030: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. Unlike the MDGs or the Millennium Development Goals, which relied exclusively on funding from governments and non-profit organizations, the SDGs or the Sustainable Development Goods also rely on the private business sector to many contributes that change impact impractical and unsustainable consumption and production patterns. While some progress has been made, representatives who attended sustainable development meetings claim that SDGs are being accomplished at the speed or with the appropriate momentum needed to meet the 2030 deadline. Overall, limited progress has been made with the SDGs. According to the United Nations, many people are living healthier lives now compared to the start of the millennium, representing one area of progress made by the MDGs and the SDGs.
Next is advantages and disadvantages of sustainable development. One of the advantages of sustainable development is that it ensures the preservation of natural resources. By using resources in a sustainable manner, we can prevent their depletion and ensure that they will be available for future generations. This also helps to maintain the balance of ecosystems and prevent environmental degradation. Additionally, sustainable development promotes economic growth and creates opportunities for employment. This is because it encourages the use of renewable energy sources, which can lead to the development of the new industries and the creation of new jobs. Furthermore, sustainable practices can lower production costs in the long term, as they reduce the consumption of their resources and minimize waste. These can lead to increased profitability for businesses and for more stable economy. Furthermore, sustainable development promotes social equality and justice. It aims to improve the living standards of all people, especially in those disadvantaged communities, by providing better access to basic services such as education, healthcare, and housing. This can help to reduce poverty and inequality, leading to a more equitable society. However, there are also some disadvantages to sustainable development. One of the main challenges is the initial cost of implementing sustainable practices. It often requires significant investment in new infrastructure and technologies, which can be used a barrier for some businesses and communities, particularly in developing countries. Another disadvantage is that the transition to sustainable practices can be slow and difficult to implement. It requires changes in behavior and mindset, as well as overcoming resistance from individuals and industries that are resistant to change. Additionally, some sustainable technologies and practices are still in the early stages of development and may not be efficient or cost effective as traditional methods. At last, sustainable development offers many advantages, including the preservation of natural resources, economic growth, and social progress. However, there are also challenges and disadvantages to consider, such as the initial cost and the difficulty of implementation. It is important to weigh these factors carefully in order to promote sustainable development in a way that benefits both current and future generations.
So, hi everyone, I am Decadit Darig. So, there are several countries that are leading the way in sustainable development. number one is Sweden. So Sweden is the often considered the most sustainable countries in the world. They have a high commitment in environmental sustainables and have implemented of green city planning strategy. There also have a high percentage of renewable energy use. The benefit including the healthier environment, a strong economy, and high quality of life for citizens. And the second country is Denmark. Denmark is another country that is a high committed to the sustainable development. They have a high use for renewable energy, particularly wind energy. The benefit include reductions in greenhouse gas emissions, job creation in the renewable of energy sector, and energy security. And the third is Finland. So Finland is known for its commitment to sustainable development in the terms of environmental protection, social equality, and economic prosperity. They have a strong focus on the educations and social welfare. The benefit of including a high standard of living, as well as educated population and strong, stable economy. And number 4 is the Costa Rica. This country is a leader in sustainable to development in the developing world. They have a strong commitment to renewable energy and biodiversity consideration. The benefit include to strong tourism industry, preservation of natural resources, and community development. And the fifth is Germany. So Germany is a leader in sustainable development in Europe. So they have a strong commitment to the renewable energy, particularly solar power. The benefit include job creation, energy security, and reduction in greenhouse gas emissions. So those countries shows that sustainable development can lead to the wide range of the benefit, including economic property, social welfare, and environmental protection. That's all. Thank you.